Hello friends, this is Dr. Mitesh Kala, presently teaching in Campin School. Welcome to the online teaching resource. Hi, we're getting into the last part of construction. Very important sums, very creative sums. So I want you to try the first one, which is simple, construction of a square, sum number 29. What you've been given is just one diagonal and that's it. So the diagonal given to you is of measurement 5.4. How are you going to go about? Draw the rough diagram, come back. So that's how your rough diagram should look like, where it is shown 5.4 as one diagonal. Now how are you going to go ahead from here? Let's see. So obviously the basic technique, if you remember, we did it with the rhombus also. Just draw the diagonal first of 5.4, mark it as point A and C, bisect it because we know that the diagonals in a square and the rhombus both bisect at right angle. So how to bisect? Take from point A greater than half, cut an arc up as well as one arc down, as you can see right over there. Without changing the radius, keep the compass on this point C over here, cut an arc up and cut an arc down. So when you cut these two arcs, the point of intersection now, you can join them and this point of intersection becomes your perpendicular bisector as well as your diagonal, because the diagonals in a square we said bisect at right angle. Now that you got this, let's take a point M, and we also know that the diagonals in a square are equal. That's why the second diagonal ka measurement is not given. So if the first one is 5.4, the second one also is 5.4. So you take half of that, that is 2.7. Keep your compass on point M, that is the midpoint. Cut an arc of 2.7 on top as well as down. That helps you to get your point B and D. Come on, pause at least now. Complete the entire diagram, come back. By now I have done lots of sums based on this two diagonal method, and I'm sure one sum in the exam you will definitely see. So you should have mastered this by now. Joining AB, joining BC, joining CD and AD, four sides, and then plotting or giving the names. That will give you your square ABCD with the diagonal. So the only property that you need to remember here is that the diagonals bisect each other at right angle. Can you see right over there here, 90 degree and both bisecting. So 2.7 up, 2.7 down. Don't forget to label your diagram, otherwise you're going to lose one mark straight away. Yeah, so that is your B and that is your D. You can take B up or down, doesn't matter, wherever, but name it. That is most important. I hope most of you all got this sum number 29. That's about the square. The next sum I want you to try is 32 part 2. This is construction of hexagon where the base is given to you as 3.2. Very important question. Why? Because even in 10th standard there is construction of hexagon, and every 2 years or 3 years maybe once it is seen in the board. So I want you to give me 100%. If you listen to me carefully, I will see to it that I teach you so well that you will never go wrong with this. Okay, so draw your rough diagram. Looks like this with only one side known to us. Now it is already known to you, or you should be knowing it by now, that all the angles of hexagon are 120 degrees. There are four methods to construct a hexagon. The first one is the circle method, wherein you draw a circle, cut arcs of 3.2 and join all the points. Easiest method, not accepted in the board. If anyone is teaching you that method, please don't learn it. You will get a 0 in the boards. I have given it myself while correcting in the board, 0 on that. Second method is triangle method. They construct equilateral triangles of 3.2 and keep on doing it until the entire hexagon is constructed. Not accepted in the boards again, so please don't do that. The third method which is accepted is what we are going to do, that is 4 120 degree method. I call it as 4 120 degree means you have to draw 4 120 degrees actually. So how are you going to go about? Taking the base AB 3.2. So everyone take your base AB 3.2. From A take 120, from B also take 120, and then wait for me if you cannot go ahead. Alright, so let's reach over there. So first AB, the base, has 3.2. How are you going to get 120? So keep your compass on point A right over there, cut an arc or suitable radius. Alright, so that's your suitable radius, and then from this point, without changing the radius, cut the first arc which becomes 60. From this point, cut the second arc which will give you 120. Now that you got that 120 degree and this point A, join both the points, automatically what you will get is your first 120 degree. Yeah, keep your compass on point A, cut 3.2. Point A, cut 3.2 on this line. So what you will have now got is basically your first point, that is point F. So I have first plotted it. The computer is cartoon. You should first cut an arc of 3.2, then you will get F. So it is cutting the arc now, and first it plotted point F. I'm so sorry about it. So first point F, cut the arc, and then point F. Now on second 120 degree from point B. So cutting the arc, then from this point same radius first arc, from this point second arc of same radius to get your 120 degree. Join this and B together and you will get your second 120 degree. Again from point B, cut an arc of 3.2. Come on, do it. Pause the video, reach to point C at least, and then come back. So keeping the compass on B right now, as you can see there, cutting an arc of 3.2, I will get my point C. If you reach till here at least, you are entitled to get 2 marks straight away. Now go on to point C, third 120 degree from C. So keep your compass on point C, cut an arc of suitable radius, as you can see right now up over there. Yeah, and then keep your point down at this point, cut an arc of 60, and then from this point cut one more arc of 60. So you get 2 arcs straight away, right? And then from this point C and this point of intersection, join it. So you will get your third 120 degree. Once you get the third 120 degree from point C, again cut an arc of 3.2. So from point C, again cutting an arc of 3.2. Yeah, I will get my fourth point, point D, or rather fifth point actually. Now from here the methods might differ. 2 methods. Keep your compass on D, cut 3.2. Keep your compass on F, cut 3.2 and join. Easy. That's one method. The fourth last method, which I always recommend, again from D take 120 degree, or from F take 120 degree, any one place, either of the two. If you take from F 120, cut 3.2, you get your last point, join it. Most accurate method. Okay, so come on, pause your video, complete the entire hexagon and then come back. So I'm keeping my compass on point F, as you can see right now, cutting an arc of suitable radius, and then from this point the first 60 degree, second 120 degree, we know this already now, we've done it so many times, and joining F in that point of intersection to get my 120 degree. So I hope everyone managed to get this 120. Join that point of intersection with F, extend it, and then from F cut an arc of 3.2 to get your final point, point E. So we've got all the 6 points. Once you got point E, join it with D. Alright, that will be your complete hexagon. Can you see 4 120 degrees? That's the most accurate method which all of us must follow, otherwise we are bound to lose our marks in the exam. Okay, now that you've constructed it, how many of you all got this last line as slightly slanted, not a straight line, not parallel to AB, they got it slightly slant? How many of you all got this? Yeah, most of the time it happens because if your 120 degrees are not accurate, then in that case this ED becomes little slanted. So I can teach you one cheating method which you should not tell anybody, okay? So the cheating method is, when you are drawing this 120 degree, keep your compass here, okay? Compass, instead of taking 120 degrees, don't keep your compass. Now keep your protractor here. If you keep your protractor here, take 120, just put a dot, draw a line, and then draw your arcs. So you will get exact 120. Again keep your protractor here, just take a dot at 120, draw this line, and then draw these arcs. Arcs will obviously fall in the same place and you will get exact 120 degrees. Same way, repeat it here and here. Automatically you will get a perfect hexagon. But we've seen in the exam, people do this cheating method using the protractor 120 and they forget the arcs in the end. If you've forgotten your arcs, that means you're bound to get a 0 straight away, because arcs are not seen, obviously you've used the protractor. But if you use the protractor and show the arcs, no one can identify whether you've used the protractor or it is without. So you get an advantage. So that is the best method, most accurate method. Don't tell anybody, secret between only the two of us. Yeah, I hope you got this sum. Great job. Now the one which we are going to do, beautiful question, sum number 34. Come on, draw your rough diagram, come back, see what have you understood. Does it look like that? Yeah, what has been given? You've been given the base AB as 4.5. I'm taking base as AB. Angle A 120 degrees. Height is 3.3 and BC 3.6. Now the height, you remember, if there is height given to you, what do? You extend it outside, take a point M and then 90 degrees. Yeah, so I'm sure most of you all will be able to start at least. In fact, many of you all will be able to get this entire trapezium on your own. So get your base first. Take angle A as 120 degrees, extend outside 90 degree, cut an arc, get your height again 90 degrees, reach there, then think. I'm 100% sure you will get it. If you don't get it, come back, I will help you. So taking the base first, AB, which is 4.5, marking it as A and B. Then 120 degrees at A, so keep your compass at that point A, cut an arc of suitable radius. Okay, then from the point of intersection, cut second arc at 60 without changing your radius. So let's take compass on point A, cutting an arc as you can see right over there, and then keeping your point of compass on this, cutting the first arc without changing the radius. From here the second arc, and what I get is 120 degrees. Now that A is got, now the height. So extend your AB onto left hand side as usually we do. This time you do it on right hand side, because left hand side already that 120 degrees is there, it will look very shabby. So extend your line from B, that is this point over here, you can see right up over there. Extend it outside and anywhere take a point M. So after extending it, let's pick a point M, and from point M 90 degrees. How are you going to get 90 degree from M? Keep your compass on M, cut an arc 180 degrees. Then from either sides, one here and one here, cut further arcs without changing the radius this time, and join it with the point of intersection. So can you see this? Exactly, this point is very important. So from this point you cut that second 180, and then from that point then you join it. What we get is the perpendicular. Now you know that the height is already given to you as 3.3. So keep your compass on this point M, cut 3.3 and get your point N. So can you see that I'm keeping the compass here, cutting 3.3 to get point N. From N again 90 degrees. So from N 180 degrees. Yeah. So keeping your compass here on N now, 180 degrees. Yeah. And get 90. After that, pause the video. Think on your own. How can you complete this trapezium? If you get it, brilliant. If you don't get it, come back, I will help you. So I'm getting my 90 degree from N first. So keeping the compass up over there, cutting an arc, and from the other point, that is this point now, cutting the second arc. The point of intersection of these 2 points, joining with N, extending it. Now extend it right over here till this line of A 120 degree. Let it intersect both of them together. Wherever these 2 points intersect, that becomes your point D. Do you understand? Why is this point D? Let's understand this slightly. Because this was 120 and the height was given to us. The height which you can see was given to us as 3.3. So we took the height, and wherever these 2 points intersected is D. You also been given that BC is 3.6. So keep your compass on point B right over there and cut an arc of 3.6. This 3.6 has to be outside, not inside. Why? Because they say that B is obtuse. Don't forget that. If you take it inside, it will become acute. You'll get a 0. Not 0, but you will lose marks for this part. Yeah. So we take it outside, cut an arc. Wherever it intersects, that is this point, becomes my point C. Alright. Once you get C, connect A, B, C, D, and your trapezium is ready out over there. How many of you all enjoyed this sum? Wasn't it a brilliant question with ABCD trapezium, height given to you 3.6, 3.3, BC 3.6 and A? Slightly different. I hope you definitely enjoyed this one. Yeah, great job. If you've copied, try it again. No problem, but try it again so that you're confident about it. Don't forget that. Sum number 37. Most favorite for me. Very intelligent question. You really have to think over here. Draw the rough diagram, see what have they given you, and then come back. So you've been given only 3 things over here. Can you see the rough diagram up over there? They say that the distance between 2 parallel sides is 3 and the other 2 parallel sides is 4, and we are constructing a parallelogram here. So 2 parallel sides के बीच में का differences are distance is given 3 and 4, and one angle is given to you as 60 degrees. That's it. Not even the base is provided. So when the base is not provided, how do you start? I want you to try this sum. You should at least get 1 or 2 marks. At least try that much. If you can't, then come back. But at least 1 or 2 marks, that much at least you should achieve. Okay. So now that you don't have the base, a random measurement line, fix point A. Once you take point A, how are we going to go further then? So I have taken point A. This is a random line. I don't know anything. Now I know that the distance between the two parallel lines is 3 and angle A is 60. So can I at least draw angle A first and get 1 mark for sure? So I'm taking a radius, suitable radius, keeping compass on point A, cutting an arc, and then from this point second arc to get 60 degrees. Joining these 2 points, I get at least 60 degrees. So I will get my 1 mark at least for sure. Now how to go ahead? So the distance between the two lines, parallel lines, is 3. That means the height is 3. So if the height is known to you as 3, how do you start? Obviously you extend your base, fix a point M, take 3 on top. Come on, do it. You will get your second mark for sure. Go part by part. Gradually we'll build on it and we will get the sum. Don't worry. So taking the line on the left hand side, fixing a point M, and from M 180 degrees. So keep your compass on M right over there, 180 degrees, and then from 2.0 and 180, that is here and here, cut further arcs to get your 90 degree. By now we are pro with this. Everyone should have got this, no problem at all. So point of intersection and this point, when you join, you get your 90 degree right over there. And then the height is 3 centimeters. So keep your compass on M, cut an arc of 3 centimeters, and that's what you get your point N. Come on, everyone reach there. Pause your video right now, go to N and then one more 90 from N and then come back if you don't get it. Okay, so cutting an arc of 3 centimeters, fixing a point N right over there, and from N one more 90 degrees. So from N, compass, construct an arc of suitable radius, and then from 0 and 180, 2 more arcs. Yeah. Oh, this one is drawing the line first, so something is wrong again. I'm so sorry. It should have been first that, and then the point of intersection of these 2 points. What is that point of intersection? Yeah, that point of intersection is your point D. That point of intersection is your point D. Why is that point D? That's the fun. So now, can you understand this? A is 60 degrees given to you right over there, correct? And the height, second thing, is 3. So we took the height over here as 3, we got A also as 60. Wherever these two meet, automatically becomes my point D. So at least I managed to get point A, I managed to get point D. 2 points are known to me. If you reach here, I'm 100% sure you will get at least 2 marks. Now the last piece of information. The distance between the other 2 parallel lines is 4 centimeters. So these 2 parallel lines now, the distance is 4 centimeter between these 2 parallel lines. That means the distance means it's perpendicular to both these lines. So one of the lines is AD, and to AD it's going to be perpendicular. So draw a perpendicular from point D. Then we'll see what to do. Come on, draw this and come back. How will you draw? Keep your compass on D, cut an arc, and then from these 2 points cut further arcs. Wherever they intersect, connect with D and draw a line straight. So that becomes your perpendicular from D. So once you've drawn this, think now how are you going to go about, and then I'll tell you what it is. I'm sure many of you all might go wrong over here. Okay, many of you all must have drawn this further and taken this point as point B. That's wrong, huh? That's absolutely wrong, remember. Because the distance between these 2 parallel lines is just 4 centimeters. So from point D, you are supposed to cut an arc of 4 now. So keep your compass on D right like this and cut an arc of 4 centimeters. Now, wherever this 4 centimeters we cut, from here we'll have to draw one more perpendicular, because this BD, what we get right over there, is the perpendicular distance between the 2 lines. So this is the first line, second line will be here, and the distance between them is 4 centimeters. So from here, draw one more 90 degree. So let's fix this point, and from here cut 180 first. So let's take this point, a random point, as point P or M or N. MN we've taken, so let's take it as P. From P, let's cut an arc. So this was 4 centimeters. From P, cutting an arc to get 180. Yeah, and then from 0 and 180, cut 2 more arcs to get 90. I'm sure you know how to draw 90 by now completely. So cut 2 more arcs and join it with P. and extend it up and down, and there you are, the magic happens. Who understood the magic? Let's see what is the magic. When you join these two, automatically these 2 points that you've got becomes your point B and point C, and with that ABCD is your parallelogram, which is ready over there. How many of you all enjoyed this sum? It's a classic question because what they gave is only 2 things. Let's understand it once again. This is DC and AB. The height is 3, that is the distance, and AD and BC, the height is 4. This second part is very important. First part 60 everyone gets, 90 most of you all can get, and this 90 most of you all can get point D till your maximum people reach. But getting this 4 is very important. So first 90 from this, cutting at 4, and again 90 here. Wherever they intersect becomes your B and C, and that's what becomes your parallelogram ABCD. Did you enjoy this sum? Great job. I'm happy that you're enjoying this. Lovely. Finally, the last question, sum number 39. Simple, most of you all will get it, and we've done extensively this time. The 2 diagonals being given and you're constructing a rectangle. So rectangle diagonals bisect each other, but not at right angle. In fact, they have given you the angle at 45 degrees. So first draw your first diagonal. I don't think so I need to teach you this. So come on, hit it. The diagonal, that is your base. Let's name it as AC, which is given to you already as some measurement, and both the diagonals are going to be equal. Remember that, that's the main property. So the diagonal is 6 centimeter. So I'm taking AC as 6 centimeters. Bisected, perpendicular bisector. So keep your compass on A, cut an arc more than half up as well as down. From C up and down, join it. Come on, enjoy it on your own. I'm not giving any instructions any further. So up and down. Now on C, up and down, join. Once you join, is that the line where your diagonal is? No, because here the diagonals are not at right angle. So let's first join these two. And now 45 degrees is the angle between the 2 diagonals. So from this point that you get the midpoint, draw 45 degree angle. So 90 is already ready made. So I'm just getting this arc. And then 0 and 90 I will bisect. So keep your compass here, cut an arc. Then keep your compass here, cut another arc. Join this point of intersection with M. What you get is 45 degrees straight away, right up over there. So come on, join the 2 lines and you've got your 45 degrees right over here. Now, the length of the diagonal is 6. So take 3, half of that. Keep your compass on M, cut an arc up on this line and down on this line 3 centimeters. So you'll get a total of 6. Can you see this blue arc up and the blue arc down? That is 3 up and 3 down. Join everything, and that's your rectangle ABCD with the 2 diagonals as 6 and the angle between the diagonals as 45 degrees. How many of you all got this entirely without my help? If you not got it, very bad, because we've done so many sums of this type by now. You should manage to get it. So that's how your diagram will look like. Let's plot it. B and C. Don't forget, if you do not draw rough diagram, you will lose 1 mark. If you do not draw or if you do not label, you again lose a mark. See to it you take care of these intricate things and you do not mess up. Yeah. So that's your sum number 39, the rectangle. I hope you enjoyed this topic constructions, and most of you all will get full marks on this. I'm 100% sure about it. Finally, homework. So there your homework is. I want you to do sum number 30, 32 part 1, 34, 37 and 38. 37 I have repeated it. It's a good question. You must try it on your own. Sum number 38 right up over there has something in the end to be proven. So you don't do any proof type, you just do your construction and leave it. No proofs are expected in the exam with construction, only construction, that's it. Leave it right over there. Yeah, I hope you get a good hand on this. Until the next video, take care, stay safe and pray for everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do write your math experience in the comment section. Thank you.